What's going on, guys? Aarava here. Welcome back to my F1 2015 career mode with Romain Grosjean. We're back today with part number 5 at the Spanish Grand Prix here at Catalonia. If you missed part 4 last time out, it was a interesting Grand Prix, I'll say. I'll leave it at that. Interesting Grand Prix. So you might want to go check that out if you have missed it. Part number 4 on the channel. But we're here with part 5 at Spain. A circuit which needs quite a lot of downforce. So we've gone for quite a high downforce setup. I think in the end we ran with 9-8 wings. So quite a lot of downforce. So on the straights we may not have the advantage we've had at circuits like China, where the straight line speed was really good. But it still should be pretty damn good compared to last season, let's say, with Mclaren. So it should be pretty okay. Here we're just in Q1 at the moment, just going through the motions, just setting a lap time in Q1 and then Q2, just trying to get through to Q3, and that's pretty damn easy for us. Obviously in the Lotus we've come home in P5 in Q2 to get into Q3. Let's see what we can do in Q3. I'm hoping, again, like we said the same sort of thing in Bahrain last time, if we could try and get P5 or above in Q3, that'd be quite a good job. So here we are now into Q3, up into Rich Mix, and you can see the circuit's got a little bit overcast now, so that might help us or it might hinder us. We'll have to see, but generally when the temperatures get a little bit lower, it looks like the AI can't perform as well, so that could come to our advantage. So let's see what we can do coming through into the middle section. Quite good grip, actually, I must say. It felt pretty alright on the lower fuel. We'll have to see how it feels on the race. It's usually a pattern I've noticed in the Lotus that on heavier fuel this car does feel like quite a tank. So on lower fuel you kind of have to take advantage of it. Obviously in qualifying we're on low fuel the entire time. So we come through, we pop in a lap time at the moment. I didn't know really how good that was going to be, but I was hoping at least it would be around P5, and I was actually completely correct. It was exactly P5 for Q3, so that will see us a P5 on the grid, lining up to next to Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. Actually, Hamilton having a very poor qualifying, his teammate up in pole position, so it's going to be a very interesting race for the two Mercs there as they battle for the championship. But let's go to the Spanish Grand Prix, and hopefully we can just look forward rather than backwards like last time. So here we are for a very sunny circuit to Catalonia for the Spanish Grand Prix. Pastor Maldonado there in 13th place, outside the top 10 unfortunately, but we have done a really solid job to get ahead of Valtteri Bottas. We'll have to see if we can actually stay in that position. Obviously it's no secret that we haven't been getting great starts ever since this game came out, but hopefully we can only lose one place if we are going to lose places, and then we can go forward from there and hopefully look forward rather than backwards like we did at Bahrain. But anyway, here we go to 5 red lights. Let's find out what we can do today. We go to 5 red lights. They are off now. Hamilton gets a good start there. Looks like Raikkonen's bogged down a little bit. Bottas on my right hand side, he swooped right past us there into 5th place, unfortunately. Now Massa tries to look around my right hand side. Can we go right around the outside of him into turn 1, get that 6th place back at least? Looks like Bottas, Hamilton battling up ahead, but we are up into 6th place once more as we go through the swooping right hander. Looks like Rosberg has already got a good lead to the Ferraris there, actually, so he's done a really good start there into turn 1. But now we cut later on into the Grand Prix, straight to lap 3 now, as we've got Felipe Massa again for company, and he's going to try and overtake us here. I believe he'll have DRS here as well, and it looks like he didn't actually open it, so he might have not had DRS, but he still caught us. Just the speed of the Williams there catching us on the main straight. The Williams really good low drag set up there. He tried to make the move, but we did go around the outside and defended well from him to stay in 6th place though. But now we come to lap 9, and we've got some people in the pits quite early, actually, 1 lap earlier than me. Usually I'm the one doing an undercut. Well, looks like we've got some people in pits doing an undercut themselves. So Hamilton there, an early pit stop for him, and we cut later on to the end of lap 10. This is when we're going to come in. So the team wanted me to actually do a 3 stop, which would have made me pit around lap 7, but I was having none of it because I knew just, you know, I've learned my mistakes all the way from Australia, that even though the team probably want me to do a 3 stop and maybe my tyres won't go the distance, the 3 stop usually, because of the pace of this car, it's just not worth it. It's not going to be fast enough to do a 3 stop and catch people up. So we're into pits on lap 10 at the end of it, onto lap 11 as we come through the pit lane, onto another set of option tyres. So we'll take take these tyres now till about lap 20. So a little bit of a stretch, and the prime tyres will be a stretch, but we'll see how we do. But now we're going to look at the replay of the start just so we can see what went on. So Bottas got us obviously immediately at the start. I kind of defended a little bit from that Red Bull behind us, Ricciardo. And you can see Massa goes on my right-hand side. We swoop right around the outside. We did the exact same thing to him on lap 3 as well, 2 laps later, just swooping around the outside to get 6th place back. You can see Rosberg there has such a lead on the 2 Ferraris already as they're battling quite hard. And then we got Hamilton there in 4th place and then Bottas in 5th as he took my grid spot. So there we are in 6th place, defending quite well from Massa. And then we did this exact same thing on lap 3. But now we're on to lap 14 and we, look at that, we have caught up to Sebastian Vettel. That is a Ferrari. It's no joke. That is actually a Ferrari and we've actually got DRS. We've actually had some really solid pace on this second stint. We've been really pushing it. On fresh tyres, this car can do it. On fresh tyres, this car can do it. It's just about keeping the tyres fresh and keeping up with these guys when we have the tyre wear. And right now, lap 15, we are closing up on Vettel. You can see through that swooping right-hander, we had a little bit of an issue. Looks like he had a little bit more downforce to really turn it in and keep the speed up in 4th or 5th gear. We had to go down to 4th briefly. But we are keeping up with the Vettel, which is surprising. It's got to be honest. It is very surprising, but he is getting held up a little bit by Bottas, I feel, who has jumped him seemingly in the pits or something like that. So Bottas is helping us a little bit by holding up Vettel, I feel. I think Vettel was held up pretty much for these last 5 laps since I made the pit stop, so that allowed me to close up on Sebastian. So hopefully we can try and close up on him. We cut onto lap 16 now, still chasing Sebastian Vettel down with Bottas, and oh god, no, there's a car there, and we're up to the 5th. That's Rosberg. Rosberg is out of the Grand Prix, seemingly. We're up to the 5th place as we now look at the back of Vettel even more, but that was Nico Rosberg. He was just parked up on the apex, or even the outside the apex, but just parked up at the Spanish Grand Prix. So let's look at what went on there with Rosberg. So here's a replay. Rosberg coming through to turn 1. We can see a Williams there of Massa, and oh, he makes some brief contact with Massa, goes off circuit. Looks like he's broken a bit of his front wing on the left-hand side. So now we're looking to look on board and see what actually happened. So he's just bowling along down the pit straight. We can see Massa coming out, and seemingly he'll just turn in a little bit too early. Maybe, oh god, that was actually very clumsy of Rosberg. He maybe should have backed out a little bit, knowing Massa was coming literally onto the apex of that corner. And then Rosberg just parks up a little bit. Looks like he's having a few issues. Ignore the left tyre on the replay camera. That's not the issue that he's got. That's just a little glitch on the replay camera, annoyingly, on this game. But looks like he just parks it up for some reason. There we go. That little three-way train there. So we're up into 5th place now. And now we've got Stevens holding up these 2 guys. And can we go down the inside? Sebastian Vettel goes a little bit wide there. Looks like he was hesitant to turn in onto the apex. And we're up into 4th place now through that chicane as Stevens there in the manner really helps us out there. He held up both Bottas and Vettel leading up to that section of the circuit and helped us get that place on Vettel there. Now we've got DRS on Bottas. Can we try and catch 3rd place Bottas and get up into a podium position here on lap 17 later on to the Grand Prix? We're going to see onto the next lap, lap 18. We've got DRS yet again on Valtteri Bottas and we're closing. Can we go down the inside? We're going to make a little late diving move. Bottas gives us the room. We hit the apex and we do make that move for 3rd place. We are into a podium position. How fantastic is that? And now onto lap 20. We come into the pits now for our final pit stop, the prime tyres, but that is just fantastic. The amazing pace we've actually had, albeit we have got a little bit lucky. Bottas held up Vettel, and then previously, you know, the manner of Stevens held up Bottas and Vettel as well. But, you know, you need to have a little bit of luck there, and that's the way races go. Sometimes you do get held up. I know I myself have been held up before with blue flags, because on this game, the AI just really stupid, and they don't really they just ignore blue flags. So I've been held up plenty, so this is my turn to capitalize on when AI get held up by blue flags. So we're up into 3rd place. But yeah, that was a very strange move on Vettel, I must say, going back to that. You know, Vettel sort of backed out of the corner almost and sort of hesitated to turn in, or sort of kind of actually went a little bit wide, and so I just saw the opportunity, went down the inside. I have to take them because this car, you know, it's not the best ever car. I mean, it's better than Mclaren, but it's not exactly what I've wanted for this season, so I need to take the opportunities when I can. So up into 3rd place on lap 25. Yellow flags again in this section. So has someone else crashed again like Rosberg did? I can't see it, but there is a car just shortly in the distance, and it looks a little bit silver. And you can see on the top left now, Hamilton is 2nd and Raikkonen's 1st, whereas previously Hamilton was leading the Grand Prix and Raikkonen was 2nd. So I think Hamilton may have had an incident. We're going to look at a replay and see what went on. So here's Hamilton. He was in 1st place here at this point on the Grand Prix. So we can see there's a car coming out, and don't tell me, is it going to be the exact same thing that's happened? He goes around the... Oh, God. Oh god, he spanned completely. He had an even worse accident than Rosberg, as he sort of almost looked like a bit of a sidepod glitch, and there Raikkonen goes. Raikkonen up into first place there, so Kimi must be pretty damn happy with himself at that point, and Hamilton has parked it up there, and then he sort of hopefully gets going. I think he got going, because obviously he was still ahead of us when we reached that corner. So here's a replay. Ignore the sounds. There's a bit of a glitch with the locking up of the left tyre, but he can see Hamilton just, yeah, he kind of hits the side pod and almost kind of just spins off the side pod, so maybe a little bit of a side pod glitch there, and there goes Raikkonen into first place, very happy with himself. But then Hamilton just keeps it on the circuit. Look at that. He just looks like he's resetting some things in the car, changing some settings, gets the car going again, and then he's off his way into second place. But that has meant that we can close up on Hamilton, and onto lap 27 we're still gunning for it. You can see the car just there going through the corner. Up ahead is Hamilton. He's being held up by a Sauber a little bit, so this is going to help us even more. Can we catch Hamilton? Could we catch a Mercedes and actually overtake them? That would be absolutely insane if we could try and do that. We are closing up on him. You can see just in the distance there, we are closing up. And onto the last lap, lap 33, we have closed up on Hamilton. Actually, you can see he's right there, right there. You can actually see his name tag there. So we're actually so close to him. And our teammate, Pastor Maldonado, is actually up ahead of Hamilton down the road. So he could help us with some blue flag holding up. And we're coming through to the final few corners. Look how much Hamilton's being held up by Maldonado, our teammate. Can we get him? We've got a really amazing exit, the chicane, but it's just no use. Hamilton, great exit on the final corner, and to be fair to him, he's fought hard for that second place, and he has got it. Unfortunately, we're going to have to settle for third place there. I say settle, that is still absolutely amazing, but look at a little replay there of what went on right at the end. You can see Hamilton gets held up there. We got so close on the exit, but we just couldn't get him on the exit of this final corner, and we have to stay for third place. But that is still amazing. Our first podium of this season. Just great, just great. So guys, that is our first podium of this season. That is absolutely amazing. Really happy with that. Smash that like button, guys, for the podium. That'd be absolutely awesome. And if you did enjoy it, then smash that like button. Comment below what you thought of this episode. Subscribe when you're around here for weekly Formula 1 content. I've been aarava. That's a great points haul for Grosjean. We can get the season back on track. Next one is Monaco. So this is, I'm hoping this is really the start of getting our season back on track and hopefully trying to creep up on the top runners. But yeah, I've been aarava. Hope you enjoyed that episode. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you guys next time.